Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Game Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
And I'm a little bit sick, but the show must go on. And we have some really interesting information here about Lucilius. It seems there's been a bit of a data mine, and we may not be done with Lucilius as we think we are.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to be getting a higher level Lucilius with some harder mechanics, which is great, I think, personally, because the fight as is fun, but it was trivialized rather quickly.
Yeah, the first hour or two when we were trying to clear it for the first time, incredible. It was amazing.
Yes,
but yeah, I do agree. We definitely got to a point where we were doing it very like clockwork, basically. We were taking them down pretty easy. So a higher difficulty, now that we generally know how he all works and stuff, yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, this has all been data mined information. We're not showing anything on screen. We don't want the ban hammer coming down on us. But as far as the data miners themselves go, many of them think that, according to them, that most of this stuff is done. It's like kind of ready to go.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see this coming in 1.2. You know, it would be kind of a cool thing to bring in 1.2. So we have like Seophon and Tuyen, and then we have content to do with them too.
Yeah, the picture, I always keep this in my mind because the little picture when they showed off, after they showed off in the live stream, Seophon and Tuyen, it always said new quests and character adjustments to come, and it was quests plural. So I'm always like, you know, what does that mean? And it makes me think, right, we're getting a harder Lucilius fight, hopefully, if all this is accurate, which looks to be the case. But I wonder what else that means for 1.2, right? Like, we're getting two new characters, maybe a harder Lucilius fight, but it was, you know, kind of clear that it's plural. Like, are we going to be getting just a brand new difficulty across the board? Because that would be amazing.
Right.
Or is it just like additional harder fights of maybe just the end raids? Who knows? But man,
yeah.
It would be nice if we got a harder difficulty.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely need it. The game needs something. But I wonder if Seophon and Tuyen are unlocked through this more difficult quest. Can you imagine that?
Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I did see some people saying that they think maybe he might drop the Dark Opus weapon, which I don't know how I personally feel about that. I think something to unlock characters would be better. I don't know if I'm ready to farm out another weapon again. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he drops.
Yeah, it would be nice to grind for something new. I don't know if I would want a weapon either, though I have been a little disappointed with how the sigils turned out. I was really hoping for something more interesting. I didn't mind the way that they did it. It just wasn't what I had hoped for. The biggest thing is it did reduce what you could put in your build a bit, and it's more focused on like even more damage cap, which isn't the direction I was hoping it would go. So honestly, I'm keeping my build mostly the same. I'm not even really using the new sigils because I just like having the general variety. And you're not gaining a huge amount of damage extra, so I don't know. I'm hoping for something that will actually compel me to put it into my build rather than something that's, you know, debatable if it's even an upgrade.
Yeah, that's, you know, the last thing you said, upgrade, was the key word, right? That they didn't necessarily say upgrade, but they marketed the new sigils as unlocking your characters as full power and full potential, and then it comes out and it's more of a side grade rather than anything. Right. And so yeah, I kind of feel you there with the sigils as well. Yeah,
a bit disappointing. What are the exact details that have been brought out for this new Lucilius fight? Like, what can we expect?
Yeah, people are saying that all, like, you know, kind of we said a little bit earlier, that his moves and labors and everything is probably going to be harder. And that's a safe assumption, given that, according to the leak, it's at level 250 Lucilius, whereas what we have currently in the game is only 200.
Right.
We do see some of his updated animations for Final Rebellion, and forgive me for, I don't know the mobile game that well, but some people are saying that some of his moves look like, one of his new moves looks like Heaven's Floodgates, which kind of gives this permanent field that shortens any debuffs on Lucilius and any buffs on your current characters.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's a kind of a cool move.
Yeah.
And it's permanent, if I understand correctly. Again,
Oh.
please forgive my ignorance. I don't know how this works in the mobile game, but that alone just makes it, harder in of itself. So
Yeah, interesting.
yeah, it's looking like they're cooking something good.
Yeah, I wonder, I mean, Cagliostro at least is so dependent on keeping her debuff on and also keeping her buffs up as much as possible, as much as you can. So that's like a pretty, it's a pretty powerful thing. So, that's interesting. Yeah, and like harder labors and stuff. If there was one thing that I really wanted after really getting him down on farm, it's just like, man, imagine now like a harder version of this guy. I never in my wildest dreams really thought that we would. So this is like, honestly, this is really exciting news for me. I think that would make 1.2 just as exciting as 1.1, which is not something I expected, to be honest. I thought, okay, new characters will be cool and be fun, and we'll play them, and that'll be cool. But, man, a harder Lucilius fight and new characters, that'd be wild.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome, dude. I hope they have a lot of stuff, and we've said this before, both you and I, that they have a lot of stuff planned for the future of the game, and the fact that they're willing to do a third showcase, which we'll be streaming, by the way, if anyone wants to join in with us. But the fact that they're doing that bodes well for the future of the game, I think. Keeping in line with some of this Datamine stuff, according to some people here, they said that there are character slots beyond Sandalphon, which, I mean, so far, we just know of the 3 characters that we're getting, and Sandalphon is the last one. But if there really is additional slots, then, I mean, they're going to have to put out more fights, right? They can't just do characters. They kind of have to go hand in hand. So more content and more characters, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? Like, we have the Showcase Part 3 coming up, which really belies the fact that they have some more information coming. But, like, Lucilius is a pretty well done fight as is, and if there's a more intense version coming, that's almost like 1.5 fights that like are intensely made or really like complex. And so I wonder, with the credits that roll at the end of the Lucilius fight, is Lucilius really the last major fight that we're going to get? Like, I could see us getting harder versions of all the other fights for sure. Just, probably no mechanical changes, just all the numbers are bumped up, just so we have something to do at like end game. But I wonder, if we haven't seen any kind of data mines or any indication that there's any other future super amazing fights like there is for Lucilius, I wonder if that really is it. Like, we're going to get some characters and we're going to get Lucilius, plus or impossible difficulty or whatever it turns out to be. I wonder if they won't have any more, or maybe part 3 is where they go, hey, we've really started ramping up production on some post-game stuff because the game's done so well that it's just going to take a little bit, which I'd be totally cool with. It would just, it's just, I wonder so much what is in part 3. I really want to see what's in that stream.
Same, dude. Same.
Yeah,
I really hope this game has some legs and it keeps going. If anything, what gives me hope is that this is Cygames, and it's they're used to churning out content consistently.
Right.
Clearly, Granblue and Granblue Fantasy, the mobile game, and Relink are 2 totally separate beasts. But yeah, I mean, it still gives me hope, and I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, for sure. There was even a screenshot of what looks to be either Cagliostro with her Grand outfit as a skin, or an entirely new character. Yeah. It was hard to say. It's hard to say in the picture. It's not like super clear. But I mean, hey, if skins could be coming too, which everyone has anticipated, and we've got the appearance menu, so it just makes sense. So here's hoping. Yeah. Here's hoping we got a lot more content to come in the future.
Yeah, it just feels to me, right, that if they're putting so much effort, if it is a skin, what this leak shows, if they're putting so much effort in skins and emotes, but Lucilius, I guess, 2.0 is really kind of the end fight. Like, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. It feels like, why put all that effort into that if they're not going to continue updating the game with more content? But, you never know. It's just, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I think it seems like it could be a small thing, and maybe you could easily hand wave this away. But I think the biggest thing that really says that the game's not finished yet is the appearance menu. And the fact that, Siegfried has, an alternative outfit. And like there's this whole menu, and all the characters have this menu, but almost none of them have an alternative costume, and we haven't gotten any alternative costumes yet either. So like it has to be that we're getting more like costumes at the minimum. So whether we're getting all of that stuff in like 1.2, 1.3, and then we're like done, okay, sure. But it just seems very strange to have this menu set up for something that never really got used. So I do think there is definitely content coming down the pipeline. It's just how much and how long is what really remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like how long specifically, kind of like what you said, I'd be totally cool with it. Like, you know, after 1.3, this is what we have planned out. You guys have to wait, you know, a few months, but then we'll get 1.4 out and it'll have more stuff. And then you wait a few more months after that. And then, you know, 1.5, and it just kind of goes that way. I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with, you know, you have an intense moment where you devote your time to Relink, and then you take a break in the downtime, go play some other games, and then come back ready to go when the new patch drops.
Yeah, well, that'll work perfect for us since we picked up Final Fantasy and we're trying to get that ready for the new expansion, right? So,
yeah,
great.
Yep.
Yeah, well, this is cool. I'm really excited. You know, I really, really love Relink, and while some aspects of 1.1 have been a little disappointing, I think overall it's very much delivered on a lot of fronts, and this would just be, if we get this on 1.2 along with the new characters and, you know, maybe some just impossible difficulty quests of the old quests, you know, newer versions, I think 1.2 could be an even bigger banger of a patch than 1.1, which is saying something.
Yeah. No, it's 100%. I couldn't agree more, man. I'm excited. I can't wait till the 25th. In many ways I can, because we're busy, but in reality I can't wait to see what the new patch, or sorry, not patch, but Showcase 3 has to show us.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
For sure.
Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Like I said a little bit ago, we will be streaming Showcase Part 3 when it comes out April 25th at 7 p.m. JST. That will be early in the morning for me here over in America. But we will be there bright and early, ready to see what awaits us. But with that, catch you guys on the next one.
See everybody.